You know, I have my sister, she was a lesbian. I have a brother, he likes men. And, you know, it's a hard subject because, you know, I keep it real. I tell my brother all the time, I was like, dog, don't be coming over here with that gay. I tell my kids that too. What? I tell him that, but he's like, but he's cool. He's cool. He's cool. But he said it too.
He said, "Yep, he be saying it.
Yeah,
He be saying it."
But he's cool too, right? He goes because we have I have two twin brothers, and we're hanging out, and you know he came out and said we knew he begin with. We didn't care.
Right.
We didn't care. We still love him.
You could just see it.
We still love him. We just see it. We'll be hanging out and play video games. He'll be like, I'm a bad bitch. I'm like, it's like, you definitely beat me, Street Fighter 6. Come on, let's go. He ain't beat me. So we playing, and next thing you know, we're hanging out, and he goes, guys, like, I'm still the same. I just like men. That's all I do. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. We have no problem with that. But my kids, they're coming up. They're around my brother, and I just tell them, I'm like, if they're like, hey, you know, they see the other twin who's with the woman,
right,
but they haven't seen my brother with his partner. And when that time comes, I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm like, he is an adult.
Right.
He has chosen to love a man.
Right.
There is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And I was like, you guys are too young to decide what. I don't want you guys being persuaded that it's okay. I don't want to say it's okay, but I never forget. A gentleman says, let me ask you a question, Demetrious. I was like, what's up? He goes, do you think if all genders were with the same gender, what do you think would happen to the world? I was like, it would die. We won't be able to repopulate. He goes, exactly. So don't tell me that it's natural. That was his argument to me about lesbian, right? And so when my kids, when they get next to my brother and they see that, they're like, Dad, he's kissing another man. I'm like, it's okay. Like, that's what he chooses to do. But you guys are too young to make that decision. When you guys become 18, 19, 20, 21, you can do whatever you want. You're out of my house. True. But right now, you don't know what you like, right? Like, they're all dating girls right now. And my daughter, she's too young to have a boyfriend. But I'm like, enjoy. Be a kid. Have fun.
Yeah, go play video games.
Go play video games.
Go learn how to multiply.
Yep.
Don't worry about who you like, what you like. But that's it.
You're gonna see the comments. You're like, don't bring that down here.
What?
Mid crash out guru. We W Mighty Mouse keep right here. Dude, that's just after 3 collaborations with Mighty Mouse. Imagine what he's gonna be like after a year of collabing with me. I expect this laziness from MMA Joey, not you, Mr. Guru. How many Kinder Eggs do you reckon John could plug? I don't know. Hey there, Blue Eyes. I don't care. Why DJ catching heat on RG3 podcast? Oh, Demetrious Johnson said he has a gay brother and a lesbian sister. And then he said, I even tell my brother sometimes, don't come around here with shit. And then people are going at him for it because you must let gay shit around your children. That's the new thing that you have to do. So that's some weird thing. So yeah, unfortunate for DJ, I guess. Thank you for the membership, Henry Cheatham. Appreciate that. Right Twix, thank you for the membership. Appreciate that as well. No, but in all seriousness about the DJ thing, when you actually like grow up in that sort of dynamic, that's just their relationship dynamic now, you know? It only seems serious to someone who like isn't involved. He's grown up his whole life with his brother. You don't think he knows what you can get away with joking about and shit. After this, who cares if people are gay around you? I care if they're gay around my kids. I don't want my kids to know it's an option of life. Thank you for the $5. I'm Team DJ on that. Kids only know what you give them as an option. That's a fact. Kids don't grow up saying they want to be some random shit. They grow up saying they want to be an astronaut or a cowboy or a police officer. It's because you tell them that these are jobs that they can have in the future. If you don't give them the option to be something, they won't be it. Simple as that. That's why when kids were left on their own devices for the past thousands of years, they were all straight. But now, all of a sudden, everyone's genetically gay within one generation. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. Impression. What is the responses to DJ's fucking take? It's quite literally only a hard subject if you don't want your kid to be gay, and that's kind of the problem here. Ugh. I'm sorry, no. This is so weird the way people are reacting to DJ's take. There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, it's crazy. DJ says he tells his brother to keep that gay shit under. He just get out of that gay shit when you're around my kids, is basically what DJ said. He has a brother that's gay, and when he's around his kids, he tells his brother, you know, stop that gay shit. You know, don't be doing none of that gay shit when you're over here in front of my kids, basically is what he said. Which makes sense. You know what's the unfortunate thing? That they don't seem to get, these people that have these takes on these things, is they don't like the uncomfortable truth that if a kid never even hears about the concept of being gay, they just end up straight. That's the unfortunate thing that these guys don't like. For them, it's unfortunate for them, is when you don't give them that as an option, they will just be straight. And that's how thousands of years of human history has worked. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years, you know? And then that's just the way it has been forever. And that's a very logical take to have, unless you're fucking retarded. But that is just, you know, it's not a choice. Being gay is not a choice. It's a choice of your parents is what it is. If I had to, like, whenever I went to school when I was younger, there's like 2 gay kids in our school. Now there's probably like 2 a class, but there was 2 in our whole school. And I swear to God, I could point out the parents. I knew when, like, leaving early days of school, I'd be like, I bet that's so-and-so's parents. Look at them fucking freaks. And I'd be like, oh, there you go. That makes sense. You know what I mean? That just seems to be how it goes a lot of the time. So, yeah. I feel like you couldn't have said that on the internet 2 years ago. Well, glad you said it, though. But that's the take that DJ's going for, right? And that is the take. That is typically how it goes. If you don't introduce homosexuality to your children, they have a much less likelihood of becoming gay. There's no fucking doubt about that at all, in any way at all, you know. Guru was so confused, his eyes were moving in different directions for a second. What do you mean? Simone said, "Screw my credentials," and decided to throw hands. True. I mean, it's true. Not even just homosexuality. You just shouldn't be talking about sexual stuff around kids at all. Yeah, and if you don't, they'll just be straight. So yeah. Don't talk about it at all. Well, put it this way, chat. When I was a kid, you know what my idea of like love was? When I was a kid, I never thought about sex. When I was a kid, I thought about a kiss. That's the way I picture things. When I was a kid, my dream was, maybe someday I'll kiss a girl and it'll be this magical moment. That's not a genetic impulse of mine. That's because I saw it in films of like the princess and the prince and they kiss. You know what I mean? When I'm a young child, I ain't thinking about that level of degeneracy. I didn't even know about sex when I was a kid. I had no idea about it. But because I watched films when I was a kid, I was like, damn, dude, maybe I'll have a kiss with a princess someday. You know what I mean? But then, you know, eventually once you get older, you get exposed to things. You see things otherwise. But that's what was like rooted in me as a young kid, was like maybe you be this and you have a kiss with a man and a woman and they kiss in the movies, in the Disney films. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like my idea of it. Whereas if I was, you know, shown other things, my idea of it could have been way different. That's the way I see it. Thank you for the $10. I'm very lucky that I was raised correct. If you're not an Amanda Nunes in this sport, generally speaking, most men who like this sport wouldn't even argue with DJ. They'd agree, so anyone who disagrees isn't an MMA fan. Yeah, a lot of non-MMA fans seem to pop up around these moments. Get off live, I sleep to the card breakdowns. I will, I'll do it. Back in personally disagree. Well, I don't know. If you disagree with the take that, like, I don't know. I think my overall take is if a child has no idea what homosexuality is, he is probably 10 times less likely to become gay. In my honest opinion. When I was a kid and I was asked what I wanted to be when I was older, I said astronaut, police officer, fireman. Because when I was younger, those jobs were shown to me as options of what I could be when I grew up. I didn't say some job that never existed. You know what I mean? Or a job that I never even heard of. It was because I didn't know about it. So I could never end up that way. You know what I mean? I'd never think about that for my future. Kids are only as good as the options they're given. You know what I mean? I felt like I was on autopilot mode until I was 18. Honestly. You don't have a neurochemical desire to be a firefighter. I know. But you don't have a neurochemical desire for anything. Your environment and experiences shapes you. Absolutely. Hope Usman gets eye poked next, so he matches his little block-headed pal Henry. Okay. Please make merch with the exact replica of the stinkier beanie. Yeah. Paul Guerrero to go for all these crap comments. Thank you. Chat, by the way, I've kissed a girl. I've just never kissed with like a great loving moment. You know what I'm saying? I've kissed like at a club. That's regular. You remember those movie scenes because you wanted to do those things biologically? No. Maybe, but I don't know. What do you think of Puerto Rico? Not sure. Yeah, with the English. You know what I'm saying? Have you listened to 4570 by Rampage Jackson? I thought it was terrible. I listened to a few seconds of it. I don't like it. In my honest opinion, though, chat. Yes or no? If we're getting into all of this. Don't you think it's awful, weirdly convenient that some heterosexual couples have like 4 gay kids? There isn't a gay person in my whole family. There is not a gay person in my entire family. Or my friend's entire family. Or one of my other younger friends' entire family. But some Hollywood couple have got 3 trans kids genetically. It's just genetically. That's just how they turned up. You know? Maybe Guru's the one. I'm not the one at all. Don't do that and flip it on me. But you know what I mean? That's how I feel. I just feel like it's entirely parental. It's based on the parents a lot of the time. Thank you for the 2. It's not I'm not saying it's a choice. I'm saying it's chosen for you in your formative years when your brain is forming as a child. That's all. One can have impulses. Oh, whatever. We're not getting into this. I'm not closeted at all. What the fuck are you talking about? Says the guy sitting alone, never having a girlfriend or kissed a girl. I've kissed girls. I'm a loser. I'm not gay. The fuck? Why so defensive? You don't have... I'm not. Alright, whatever. I opened a discussion and gay people in chat are having a meltdown. Alright, thank you for the $5. Do you realize you came up with on paper Anthony Smith and everyone says it? Did I come up with it? I feel like it was like a chat thing that came up with it and then it sort of became a me and Lucas Tracy thing. But yeah. Anyway. I appreciate being reasonable. If you lose any subs. Oh, you must be new here. I talk about this every week. At least read the research. I don't trust the research. Thank you for the $2. I know who does the research on a lot of these things. And I know they may have some level of agenda with the way they want humanity to be steered. So I don't trust the research, brother. You're very behind in your understanding of the world, I think. Very basic level stuff. Trust the research. Yeah, I'll trust Wazowski's research and so-and-so's. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, we have based views on this platform, yeah.